Someone is really, really in love with you. And guess what? Their name is already weaving itself through your destiny, softly, surely, beautifully. Come closer for a moment. Take a slow, gentle breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw soften. Let your heart, that brave, exhausted, beautiful heart of yours, just rest for a second. Because what you are about to hear is not coincidence. It is not random. It is not just another set of words floating across your screen. My beloved soul, you are hearing this because a part of you called it in. A part of you is ready. A part of you is finally open to the truth your spirit has been whispering for a long time. Someone is deeply, quietly, fiercely in love with you. Not in a shallow way. Not in a fleeting way. Not in a way that disappears overnight. This love is different. This love has roots. This love has history. This love has a name. And though that name may still feel like a mystery, like a question mark circling your heart, their energy is not a mystery at all. You've felt it. You know you have. My beloved soul, there is a person on this planet whose heartbeat changes when they think of you. Their breathing slows when your face crosses their mind. Their spirit softens whenever your name rises from the depths of their memory. They do not love you out of boredom. They do not love you out of convenience. They do not love you because it's easy. They love you because something in you woke something in them. Something ancient. Something sacred. Something that refuses to fall back asleep. This person carries you inside them like a quiet sunrise. Not loud, not demanding, but undeniable. You are the soft glow at the edge of their darkness, the gentle warmth in the cold corners of their life. And my beloved soul, whether you realize it or not, you feel them too. You feel them in the sudden waves of emotion that come without warning. You feel them in the way your mind drifts toward a certain person, a certain name, a certain memory, even when you're trying to focus on something else. You feel them in the way your heart sometimes aches and softens at the same time. This is not imagination. This is connection. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is already echoing in the halls of your intuition. Think about those times when the world becomes quiet, late at night, early in the morning, or in the middle of a crowded place where your soul suddenly drifts inward. There is a name that your heart circles back to. There is a face that lingers. There is an energy that feels like home, even if everything else feels confusing. That is not by accident. That is your inner wisdom recognizing a familiar soul. My beloved soul, love like this does not appear out of nowhere. It is not a glitch in the matrix. It is not a cruel trick played by fate. This love has roots that stretch beyond this moment, beyond this year, maybe even beyond this lifetime. Your conscious mind may not remember the story, but your spirit does. Your spirit remembers the way their energy feels like safety. Your spirit remembers the way their presence calms the storms inside you. Your spirit remembers the promise your souls made long before your bodies crossed paths. This person is not watching you with expectation. They are watching you with reverence. They notice your little kindnesses when you think no one is paying attention. They see the way you still try, even when you are tired. They feel the sadness behind your smile, the strength behind your silence, the courage behind your vulnerability. My beloved soul, they have loved you longer than they have allowed themselves to admit. They replay your conversations. They revisit your messages. They remember the exact way you laughed at something small. They remember the tiny details most people ignore, the way you phrase things, the expressions that cross your face when you're thinking, the softness in your voice when you speak from your heart. They treasure these fragments. They carry them like precious, secret gems. Not because they're obsessed, but because you are one of the few things that makes them feel truly, deeply alive. This love is not loud and dramatic, at least not yet. It began quietly. It grew in the spaces between words, in the pauses between messages, in the glances that lasted a little longer than logic could explain. Real love rarely explodes into existence. It rises. It gathers. It blooms. Softly at first. Patiently. Carefully. My beloved soul, someone's heart has been calling your name long before your lips ever said theirs out loud. And now, the universe is arranging something beautiful. A crossing of paths. A message at the right time. A sign you cannot ignore. Their name is moving toward you with clarity. You may not see it yet in front of you, but it is already humming in your energy, already dancing at the edge of your awareness. Think back to the times you've heard a name repeatedly, for no clear reason. A name in songs. A name in movies. A name mentioned in passing by strangers. A name that pops up on your phone, in your dreams, in your mind. You brush it off. You tell yourself it's nothing. But your heart pauses every time. This is not coincidence. This is resonance. My beloved soul, there is a person who holds your name in their heart like a quiet prayer. They whisper you into their mornings and their evenings. They wonder how you are, even when they haven't spoken to you. They think of you at random times, standing in line, scrolling their phone, staring at the sky. You are the thought that returns when the noise fades. You are the presence that lingers when their daily distractions end. They have tried to move on from this feeling. They have tried to convince themselves that it's silly, that it's too much, that it's impossible. But every time they try to bury it, your energy rises again, soft but insistent. Do you know why? Because this is not a crush. This is not infatuation. This is soul recognition. My beloved soul, this person sees a future with you that feels warm, stable, and real. Not a fantasy they escape into, but a life they long to live beside you. They imagine the small, everyday moments, making coffee together, sharing inside jokes, sending each other, "Are you home safe?" messages, sitting in comfortable silence that doesn't feel empty. They imagine watching you grow and grow with you. They imagine supporting your dreams and having you support theirs. They imagine arguments that end in understanding, not distance, honesty that builds trust, not fear. They want to show you a version of love that doesn't leave bruises on your heart. A love that doesn't dangle you in confusion. A love that doesn't flee at the first sign of difficulty. They want to be the safe place you were always looking for. And my beloved soul, deep down, you want that too. Even if part of you is scared. Even if part of you doesn't fully believe it can happen for you. Even if past experiences have taught you to lower your expectations, to accept less, to armor your heart. Your spirit knows better. Your spirit has always known you were meant for a softer kind of love. That is why you are hearing this now. Because you are closer than you have ever been to meeting, or fully recognizing, the person whose heart is already wrapped around yours. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is getting ready to step out of the shadows of your doubts and into the light of your reality. You have felt them. You have sensed them. You have questioned, why them? Of all people, why do I keep thinking about them? It is because some part of you already remembers what your mind is only beginning to understand. My beloved soul, let's talk about you for a moment. About your journey. About the path that brought you here. You have been through heartbreak. You have cried in silence. You have carried disappointment so heavy it bent your posture, even when you kept smiling for others. You have felt neglected by love. You have wondered if you were asking for too much. You have questioned your own worth. But nothing you went through was meaningless. None of it was punishment. None of it was proof that you are unlovable. It was preparation. Every painful ending taught you something about what real love is not. Every betrayal carved out space inside you for a more honest, more sacred connection. Every lonely night grew your empathy, your depth, your capacity to love correctly when someone finally shows up for you in the right way. The universe watched you suffer. The universe saw how you kept your heart from turning to stone. How you still offered kindness, still believed in love on your worst days, even when it seemed foolish. And because of that, something in your destiny shifted. There is a person whose path is now being aligned with yours. They too have known disappointment. They too have felt misunderstood. They too have asked if real love is meant for them. Now both of you are being gently nudged toward each other, step by quiet step. My beloved soul, you are not the only one who has been healing. The one who loves you has been doing their own inner work. They are releasing patterns that hurt them. They are questioning the stories they once believed about love. They are learning how to communicate, how to be vulnerable, how to be present. Because they do not want to offer you half a heart. They do not want to give you a version of themselves that is still buried in old wounds. Their distance, their silence, their hesitation, it is not because they do not feel enough. It is because they feel so much, they are afraid of mishandling it. They are afraid of losing you. Afraid of saying the wrong thing. Afraid of moving too fast or too slow. So they pause. They think. They prepare. Not because they want to drag this out, but because they want to come toward you with sincerity, clarity, and respect. Their quiet does not mean their feelings are small. It means their feelings are sacred to them. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is wrapped in 1,000 tiny signs that you have already started to notice. Have you seen repeating numbers lately? Have you found their initial or their name in unexpected places? Have you heard songs that feel like they were written from your heart to theirs, or from theirs to yours? Have you suddenly remembered something they said long ago, as if your mind is replaying the exact parts that matter? Have you had dreams where you are together, talking openly, smiling, feeling that deep sense of calm that only true connection can bring? My beloved soul, this is not the universe teasing you. This is the universe preparing you. Every sign is loosening the knots of doubt in your mind. Every synchronicity is reminding you, this is real. This is happening. You are not imagining it. Their name is coming closer. Their courage is rising. Their heart is getting ready to step out from the safety of fantasy and into the vulnerability of reality. And when they do, it may not be in some grand, cinematic spectacle. It might be a simple message. A casual invitation. A small conversation that suddenly becomes big. But your heart will feel it. Your soul will lean in and whisper, pay attention. This is it. My beloved soul, breathe gently. Place your awareness on your heart for a moment. Feel that quiet rhythm. Feel the way it responds when you think of a certain person. Feel the way it lifts with hope even when your mind is skeptical. Your heart is wiser than you know. There is a name it already trusts. There is an energy it already relaxes into. There is a soul it already recognizes as mine, even if the story isn't finished yet. You may have tried to deny this. You may have told yourself that you're being naive. You may have tried to shut down your feelings to protect yourself. But love has a way of circling back. Not the toxic kind that keeps you trapped, but the true kind that gently knocks on your heart again and again, no matter how many times you're afraid to open the door. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is not just a label. It is a frequency. A vibration that matches something inside your soul. When you hear that name, something in you softens. Something in you feels both excited and calm at the same time. Something in you says, this person matters. I don't know why, but they do. That is alignment. That is destiny humming under the surface of your everyday life. My beloved soul, imagine this person for a moment. Not their face. Not their body. Not their social presence. Imagine their heart. Imagine the way they look at their phone and hesitate before typing your name. Imagine the smile that appears when you respond. Imagine the way their chest warms when they see you. Even in a photo, even in their memory. They admire your strength, even when you feel weak. They love the way you keep going. They love the way you see the world, the way you care about others, the way you try to choose kindness even when you're hurting. You have touched places in them that no one else has been able to reach. You have awakened hope where they thought there was only numbness. You have inspired them to dream of a future that feels peaceful, loving, and real. To them, you are not a game. You are not an option. You are not a temporary distraction. You are a blessing. You are a miracle. You are an answered prayer they didn't even know how to put into words. My beloved soul, this love is not perfect, no love is. But it is honest. It is intentional. It is growing. Right now, there is movement happening behind the scenes. Conversations you can't hear. Choices you don't see. Inner battles you are not aware of. They are thinking about you. They are making decisions that bring them closer to you. They are letting go of what doesn't serve them, step by step. Every day, even when it seems like nothing is changing, your destinies are quietly adjusting themselves. Timelines are shifting. Old doors are closing. New doors are forming. Because the universe is not interested in half-hearted connections for you anymore. It is aligning you with the person who already chooses you in their silence. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is on its way to becoming a part of your daily vocabulary, not just as a thought, not just as a hope, but as a reality. You might get a message at an odd hour. You might run into them when you least expect it. You might feel a sudden urge to reach out to them yourself. Trust that feeling. Trust that timing. Trust that your intuition knows the difference between anxiety and alignment. My beloved soul, let yourself believe, just for a moment, that you are worthy of this love. Because you are. You are worthy of someone who sees your value without needing to be convinced. You are worthy of someone who doesn't make you beg for attention. You are worthy of someone who stays, not because they have to, but because their heart would rather walk with you than without you. Release the heaviness of past disappointments. They do not define your future. They do not decide what you deserve. They do not cancel the love that is approaching you now. Every tear you cried watered the soil of your evolution. Every time you chose to stay kind instead of bitter, you aligned yourself with gentler timelines. Every time you said, "I deserve better," the universe listened. And so did this person. Even if they never heard your words, they felt your frequency shift. They felt you growing. They felt you healing. And their soul whispered, "I need to rise to meet them." My beloved soul, picture the moment when their name finally arrives with truth attached to it. Maybe it will be a confession. Maybe it will be a simple, honest, "I care about you more than you know." Maybe it will be a vulnerable, "Can we talk?" that carries years of unspoken feelings. In that moment, your heart will not be shocked. Your heart will say, "Of course. I knew. I felt this all along." The questions you've been asking will start to fade. The confusion will soften. The chaos will quiet. Things you couldn't understand before, why certain connections failed, why certain people left, why certain doors refused to open, will start to make sense. It was never a rejection of you. It was protection. It was redirection. It was preparation for this. Someone is really, really in love with you. And their name is part of a story that is still being written. You are not at the end. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are in the chapter where everything begins to align. My beloved soul, stay open. Stay patient. Stay soft where it matters and strong where it's needed. You don't have to chase this love. You don't have to prove you're worthy of it. You don't have to twist yourself into someone you are not. The one who truly loves you is already drawn to who you really are, your unfiltered laugh, your imperfect honesty, your anxious overthinking, your hopeful heart. They love the parts you hide. They love the parts you think are too much. They love the parts you think are not enough. Because to them, you are exactly enough. As you are. Right now. They are gathering courage. You are gathering trust. The universe is gathering timing. And very soon, there will be a moment, a sentence, a look, a message, an encounter, where their name steps into your life with unmistakable clarity. In that moment, my beloved soul, your spirit will exhale. Your heart will whisper, I knew it. And the love that has been living in the realm of energy, dreams, and intuition will finally step into the light of your lived reality. Someone is really, really in love with you. And guess what? Their name is already written on your heart. It is already being spoken by your destiny. It is already on its way to your ears, your lips, your life. Stay ready. Stay believing. Stay aligned with the love you deserve. Because it is not running from you. It is coming toward you. And it has a name that your soul already knows.